Busy pa naman. Restricting. Oh, okay, I forgot on my mic. Ha, sorry about that. Anyway, what I was saying is, do follow me on IG as Instagram, on Go Official, and also my own personal account. Yeah. And today I'm using Restream, so it's a little bit different. I'm actually hosting a watch party. Yeah, so I'm actually having a free account on Restream. So I can't host it on the page or share it in the group yet. Alright, so what I'm planning to do today is actually, anyway, I know this week is a very exciting week for us because of audio reactive. But a lot of people has been, sharing about it. Like, even Nolan has created a tutorial on it. So I don't think there's much for me to talk about. So I'm just going to go ahead on what I'm planning to do, which is Toon Shader, what you're looking at right now. So this website, I will share the link to you guys. Right, so this website is where we'll be using the code from today. So basically, it's actually a very simple code. As you can see, just a few lines of code, but we're going to do in patches, not in code. So don't worry for those that don't like scripting at all. So it's also very easy to do it in patch, surprisingly. Okay, so maybe I just try to break down this what you're seeing right now in code, so that it's easier to explain later. So let's start from here. So this line of code is basically finding the intensity of the light and also the position of the light. So we can do that in patches later. So, and the rest of this code, right? If you look at this, intensity more than 0.5 and it's this color, and when intensity is more than 0.5, then it's this color. So basically it's telling, like, the pot is the 3D object, so it's basically telling that whichever vertices that is facing, and it calculates what's the intensity of the light and you give which color. So if let's say surface 1 has the intensity of more than 0.5, then it will be the color 1. And if it's between 0.95 and 0.5, it will be this color. Yeah, so that's about it. It's quite simple. And let's go ahead and do it on Spire. Okay, so I actually done some simple setup. So I have a script that can get the position of the null object, which is here, and put it into patch. So this one has been shared by quite a few people, like especially me. He recently shared a script on it. So you can just download and use it directly. So if I zoom in, you can see if I change the null position, the position will update by itself. So we're gonna use this to create a light for our own instead of using the inbuilt light system in Spire. So if you want to know more about this, right, you should totally watch like live stream with Greenhatch. Yeah, sorry, I don't really know how to say his name correctly. So anyway, on the episode they explain very well on this and how you can create your own lighting within Spire instead of using the existing lighting system in Spire. Okay. Okay. So first thing we need to do is to create our own light. So as you can see, there is a dot product of light direction and the normalized normal. So let's start with this normal first. So this normal is basically you can calculate the normal vector of each vertices in the 3D model. And I realized I haven't imported my 3D model. Sorry about that. So I'm just going to import my 3D model that I'm going to use today. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to use this Buddha, which I found from Sketchfetch actually. So you can just download it from the library. Okay, so let it disappear first. So to find normal first you need to get a vertex attribute. So this is also where you get textual coordinates. So we need local normal. So local normal is not enough because we need it to be transformed into camera space. So we need a vertex transform. And we find normal. So what it does, if you look at the info, so normal matrix, the inverse transform of model view matrix, just transform normal from object space to camera space. So yeah, that's exactly what we want. We want it the normal vector transform from object space to camera space. Yeah. So next we just need to multiply them, the two matrix together. Yeah. Okay, so what's next? Next will be, I believe this is the normalize, to normalize it. Oh, wait, we need to fragment it. Yeah, so I can show you the difference when we do fragment. What's the difference between having fragment stage and non-fragment stage? So I'll show you later. And we will normalize it so that it will always be a unit between 0 to 1. And then we can do a dot product. Yeah, so the light direction here will be the null value that we got from here. But we can't connect directly yet because we also need to normalize it so that the normal vector and the light can be in the same unit range. Yeah, it's between 0 to 1. And actually that's about it for the intensity. So next we can move on to this part. So 0.95. So obviously we can't do if else with shader like colors. So if you do it like just example, greater than, so example, if I try and do this, yeah, you will get an error which says that the data type doesn't match. So basically you can't do if else comparison or greater than, lesser than comparison with when you are dealing with shader or colors. So what can we do? I actually mentioned last week when I was trying to teach you how to do scripting for shaders. It's the same in patch. So instead of using if else, you can actually use step or gradient. So today we are going to use gradient actually. Gradient step. Yeah, so this is another use of gradient step instead of just purely just making it as a patch to create gradients, although we are actually just creating gradients, to be honest. Yeah. So instead of starting from 0.95, actually we need to start from the bottom color. So what we don't really need to follow this color. It can be any color that we want. But we just need to follow. I just want to follow the number of the intensity, just to have a rough guide. So the first color should be between 0 to 0.25. Yeah. So the start range 0, end range will be 0.25. And we will use the light intensity as the gradient. Okay. Excuse me, and we just change any color that you like. So maybe you can just go ahead and see what will happen when we connect it. I'm just going to, actually I can put it flat. So obviously there's nothing now, you can't see anything. So once I connect, well, I hope it works. Here. What kind of works, you can't really tell much. Sorry, my mouse is really weird. Okay, I'm just gonna change it here. Yeah, you see? So when I change the position of the now, there's some lighting, even though this shader type is I'm using flat, it's not standard, so by right there shouldn't be any of this kind of lighting. Yeah, so basically what I see right now is the blue color is color that when is a part where the vectors, the vertices are having intensity more than 0.25, and the purple is those that are less than 0.25, those darker. So actually give me a while, I just need to switch over to another mouse. My mouse doesn't work. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the wait. Okay. Okay, so why can't I move them? It's weird. For some reason I can't click the null object. Anyway, if I move the null object around, then yeah, you can see that it's changing the light somehow. Alright, so we can move on. Since it's working right now, we can move on to the next color. So what's next? 0.25 to 0.5. Okay. So we just need to do a direct connection, link it. So we just follow the number to 0.5 and choose a new color. Just choose a color that's obvious and see whether, yeah, and you can see the yellow appearing. So next, what's next? 0.5 to 0.95. Okay. Zero point 0.95. Yeah. And finally, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 colors. Yeah. So actually that's about we are kind of like done. If you want more colors, you can definitely add more to suits different color range. Yeah, you can change your color range that you want. And so now right now we can just move to show. I'm just going to show you how you can play with it. What did I do? Okay. I think I know why. Okay. I accidentally switched it to this edit scale instead of position. No wonder. Oops. So now as when I move the now object around, you can see that it's changing, but it's not quite the way we are expecting. Like for example, now if yeah, I realized. Yeah, so for example, if I move to left, by right the light should be coming from the top, but it seems like it's just from the side. And if I move it down, somehow it's just not right. So we just gonna to adjust this, right, we can do a multiplication of the light position. So just now I was playing around with it and realized this works best. Yeah, so now that my null object is on top, so assuming the light source is on top, it will be appearing on the top. And if I'm it's opposite. Alright, so maybe the no, not Maybe it should be the X. Yeah, okay, now it's right. Yeah, so if I move it to the left, the light will follow. It's kind of cool, right? And if I move it, oh, you see, now this is wrong. Yeah, so now the light should be in front of the Buddha. And yeah, and if it goes behind the Buddha, it will just become darker on the front. Yeah, so there's actually additional things that we can do. So for example, if you want to adjust the edge between the gradient, how the gradient changes, we can do a smooth steps from between the dot product and gradient step. Yeah, so now there's not much difference. So if I make it really small, yeah, it will just be like that. Like most of it will be the last color. So you can play around with it to find the value that you want. But seems like 1 is the best. Yeah. Yeah, so we can also, I mean, technically to make sense we should normalize it, but sometimes if you don't normalize it, maybe you will get a better result. I mean, that's depending on you. So yeah, you can just play around with. Yeah, but it feels like normalizing it makes sense. Yeah. And if just now I mentioned what happens when you don't use fragment stage, let's see. Nothing happened, not much. So maybe I'm wrong. We don't really need fragment stage for this. Well, I guess. Okay. Yeah, so now we can try and animate the null object. And we can see the light turns. Yeah. So we just need to put the null object under a new null. So let me just adjust the. Okay, now it's in the middle. Okay, so I'm just going to rotate this. With a loop animation. So it should be the z-axis. Maybe a little fast. But seems like it's not doing anything at all. It's weird. I think I know. So actually, when I'm using a script, I use transform. I actually use world transform instead of transform, so that I get the world value. So let's see. I think I need to change this value. Nope. How about this? Nope. That's weird. Seems like all my live stream will have something gone wrong every time. Let's figure this out. The value is not updating by itself. Is there something wrong with this? I think this is small letter. Yeah, I'm right. Oh, I hate this syntax thing. Okay. So I need to readjust. what I did. Is this one? No. Maybe. Okay. This makes more sense. Let's see where's the actual position. Nope. Nope. Oh, I didn't connect it. How dumb am I? Alright, okay. Okay. Now it's finally right. Woo! Lucky for me. Yeah, so you can simply animate the now object and you can simulate lighting. So instead of using a lighting system in Inspire, I think if you use lighting system in this way, it will be more efficient. And maybe less toll on FPS. Yeah. Yeah, if you make the whole thing go fun, works more, then the lighting will be more obvious. Yeah, pretty cool. I quite like this toon shader because it's so simple to do, and you can create cool effects with 3D models. Yeah, so today one is quite simple. I wonder if there's any questions. Let me see. Yeah, I was in scaling mode just now. Hey, thanks. Alright. So this is about what I have for you guys today. Yeah. So maybe perhaps we can find out more from Kavin on what he can share with us. I'm quite excited about what he's going to share with us today because of, anyway, let me say more about this himself. I'm just going to check whether he's ready, so let me just change the screen for a while. Kavin, if you are watching, I'm calling you right now. Alright, I'm just waiting for him to join my Zoom. So anyway, I will share the toon shader. Just let me go and find the link. Alright, I'm just waiting for him to join my Zoom. So meanwhile that we are waiting for him, just let me share the link with you guys. So if you go to GitHub and find Goa, you can see all the projects that I've shared. And this is the toon shaders. So go ahead, download and play with it. And let me know if you actually create anything using that. Yeah. Kevin, where are you? Oh, okay. Ooh. Kevin, can you join again? I saw you just now. Hey, hello. Can you hear me? Hey, hello. I can't hear you. Are you mute? Hey, no.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hello, how are you, man?
Wait, I'll just mute the...
I can't hear you. Are you mute? Sorry, what do you say?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah. I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Hello, how are you, man? So, wait, I just mute the. Sorry.
If you are using the
I can't hear you properly.
oh yeah, sorry, I was muted just now by accident. Alright.
I just
Yeah, you were mentioning something just now?
I couldn't understand.
You said something just now?
No, just yeah. I was the audio was not audible now. Now it's okay.
Okay, awesome. How are you doing? How's
I'm good.
everything in India?
Yeah, India is in lockdown actually. Like it is pretty much okay here.
Ah, same.
I'm just actually totally in bad shape. I didn't even get an haircut or something.
Alright, so what are you going to share with us tonight?
Yeah. So like I'm just planning to share something like with the game I made with Tan like Maru Studios, as well as some as the audio feature has recently released. Some cool tips with audio stuff like that. How to like pass the value and like play with it, something like that.
Cool. I'm excited. And yeah, the filter is really good, man. It's
Yeah.
pity it didn't win.
I love that like recently in my phone like the Instagram on Instagram alone like the mic doesn't work. So like I used to every time if I want to try my filter I just mirror it in the Spark app and then I'll just try it, record it and then I'll upload it on my Instagram because I have issue on the phone. Like I was just doing some audio based work till now with Dan Allen. So it just one more collab is going on. You can
Oh
just
yeah,
wait for that.
it's the Dragon Ball thing, right? I saw it on IG.
Yeah, we're like working on that for like quite 2 to few days. Yeah, mostly like end of last week, next week or something. We can just you can guys can see what it is or something.
Cool, can't wait.
Mm.
Alright, maybe we can start with what you want to share today.
Yeah.
Yeah, here. You can share your screen. Are you sharing the screen right now? Not yet, right?
I can share it, but it's not. It's saying the host is disabled.
Oops. Okay, that is my problem. Let me. I think you can try again right now. Should be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So you guys can see this.
Yep.
Uh, just start with this project where like we worked with like in this for around like 1 week for more than like 2 weeks or so. It is actually one of my favorite projects which I worked with. Like most of the work was like done on like we made it everything into like a patch group. So this is all the total patch like connected thing. But if you go to the code part, it's like completely like messed up. I just organized it. It's around like 848 lines of code.
Wow, but it's still lesser code than I expected.
Yeah, like optimized it like so much because like even I might have reduced it, but I optimized it like for I love using like for the most of the stuff. As you can see here, like I just it is actually based on the tap of the character. We have multiple characters, so I tend to use for most of it. Like I don't know whether it is like optimized version or not, but I tend to use like for like same concept and like and this is actually the old code where I'm just using like the find character. I'm just changing the character and I'm just calling all the things by using it inside a for loop. So it's like basically the size is like number of lines of code is less, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
Because like everything is going to be like same in the thing, except that for example, if you are having something, it's actually a tip that if you are having something like variable or something like what for a case like you can just have multiple you want to assign some values like similar values to multiple things, like for example you have multiple buttons, like each button does the same one but it does like slightly different work. So you can just do this everything, like as I wrote a function what it should do based on the I value, like I'm just doing the stuff. So I don't need to worry about like writing multiple lines of code again and again. So I just optimized it like so much. I had to actually change the code entirely. This is actually like the old API. I'm just using the same like find options to do stuff. Just to like change. So basically, yeah. So as you can see, the concept is the user will be selecting each character. So what I did was I just made a simple. Where is the layer? So in this, I just like to use object notation for like most of my work. So it is like quite easy if you are like doing something more big or something. So what I do is like I just write all the variables related, like kind of writing a class. Instead of class, I'll just use the object to like note everything, and I'll just use this object everywhere I need it. Like most of the work is done on the code based on this values, like this object. So for example, like who is moving or which character is actually the playing, like as you can see we can have an option of like we can anyone can select any object like the characters. I can select this character and this character. So what I basically did was like I just named everything like 0 1 2 3, and I'm just giving their number to this. So it's easy for us to like all the throughout the code, if anything related to char number means it's going to be the same how to put it, like the same way. So you can just, if it is 0, every time it's going to be a dragon. If it is 1, everywhere it's going to be this character. If it is 2, this character. So it is so easy for guys, like so easy for people to like easily access it anywhere, because like instead of having the name, we can just have this number and like we can just store it everything in a single place, and we can just easily like see the code. Like ignore this part totally because like I tend to use debugging stuff for a lot of things. Like I tend to like skip elements to like check details. I just delete these parts. I'll just play the game so you can just see what it is. If you are not seeing this, you can find this game on my Facebook or on Maru Studios account, Tan's account. Mine is RB Kavin. So it's basically you select any character you want, and then you select the second person's character or watch character. Actually, this puzzle. So this is actually an old version where like we add like the instruction stuff, but Instagram doesn't allow custom instructions or text, so we need to like remove that and everything.
Yeah, I was like about to ask you, how is that possible?
Actually, removed it totally, and like what happened was like even on the top of the characters we add a text, right? We used what look at API, but that was actually not properly working. It only works in certain ways, like it's not always looking at the camera like what a particle does. So I like we removed it totally. Like the one more issue now is like if you are having so much big elements on the screen, we can't just pan element and like rotate it easily.
Yeah.
Like Maru actually did a great job in like optimizing all the elements, where this is actually less than 4 MB, where there are 3 characters are there. Each characters are like 3 to 4 animations, and these
Cool.
other elements, 3D models are there.
How big is the whole file size?
It's around like less than 4, like 3 point something.
Ah, cool. Do you guys model everything or?
It's taking time for a long time.
So do you guys do the modeling or you got it from elsewhere?
I think Maru provided, like Tan provided with the models.
Ah.
So it is like we made models, and like most of the UI stuff is dealing with. I'm just a developer in this. So
Cool.
it's like more of designer as well as it handle most of the patchwork and beautification stuff. So like basically what I did was I know these PowerPoints like as you can see I'll just so for each powers like everything does differently. Excuse.
Mm.
So as we can see like here we have different kinds of power up stuff like based on the tiles they are we are like doing stuff like if it is on this purple tile it goes -2 questions or resets. If it is red it resets. If it is like a purple it's like that's something where if we have to go to the starting question again and start again. So for most of these stuff it is like we are reusing the code again and again. Like I coded in a way that uh, for moving the character, I just have only one set of code. Based on this, like this code does all the moving for me. Like if it is like going back or if it is coming front, this function does everything for me. Like it is so easy for us to like optimize the code based on functions. Like in Spark, like we have an animation module, but what happens is like we need to do multiple things in a thing. Like for example, if I had to reset this, I'm just using the same thing for like moving it backwards. So if you are like coding something for a game or on Spark, mostly like try to use like if you are like using more function based, you can just reuse the code again and again. Like in this case, I'll just show something where like yeah. So this is the basic movement which happens. So based on these parameters, I'm just either moving it front or moving it back. So you can just see this is basically normal moving, like normal animation happening here. It either moves front or back, but based on the parameters I'm giving, I'm just animating it in such a way that we can just easily, how to put it, like easily like reuse it for all the movements. For example, I'm just using the same code for like all the characters movements, all the power up movements, all the tiny stuff. So it is like easy for your people to like yeah if you're coded you will not you know the power of the functions and stuff.
Yeah, this
Especially
very efficient coding, I would say.
yeah because like I was doing this is actually like fourth or fifth version of the code entirely. I redid the code like 3 to 4 times because some elements were like what not working properly. Like everything starts with the tag, but yeah, if you're someone is starting to code newly on like either any languages, the only thing is like you should not be afraid to restart it again because sometimes what happens is like if you redo it fully, it will take less time than finding the problem and like rectifying it. Sometimes
That
like
that is
it's not
true.
just yeah, it's not the same for big projects, but it is same for like this is actually like for something where you're starting it somewhere because you can just see like there's so many things happening. Even like we can't find where the issue is in this.
So you did all the coding, or you like both of you did like different parts?
Like everything is happening on the coding. On the patch, mostly like still now we can't control the animation most animation based stuff on code. So like those stuff are happening over here, and like simple stuff are happening over here. Like zooming and stuff. Like we can't. For example, I just open up the animation. You can just see like there's so many animations. Like all the animations are happening only on the patch editor because we can't. I tried to access it on the code, but only like we can access either the animation sequence or the audio project. We can't get the playback for the animation playback yet. Mostly they
Oh.
will add it.
Hmm.
So I'm not sure. But yeah, because of that, we need to send it always to the patch editor. Like if you see the from script variable, you'll just see like most of them are like for the running animations stuff.
Oh, that's a lot of stuff. I think the one bad thing that I wish they can improve is the variable from script. Like it's still one whole block, right? You know.
Like if possible, like we don't need like it will be easy for us even if like for optimizing, where like they can mostly give all the elements. Even now the what energy meter stuff is like most of the energy audio stuff is not accessible on the code.
Mm.
So we need to use the patch bridge more. Like actually,
But
my first
how
patch bridge,
how about the audio for this project? Like, do you trigger it on patch or in script? The sound, all the
on the
sound.
code, like we are triggering the like these animation based on the movements. Like for example, if I'm like moving, I'll be like triggering the walking animation. So character stops, I'll like pass the walking animation and I'll trigger this, because what happened was like when all the animations were happening, it was kind of lagging a lot. So what I did was like I just passed only one animation at a time. It happens like, for example, some characters is walking, other characters will have a ideal animation. So like what we did was like we tried to see reduce as much as animation at a time. So like if this character is, for example, like dragon is there, it will just tap his wings and it will be flying on its path unless it is its turn. So because of that, we can just avoid the lagging issue, because there are so many things happening. It was like previously what happened was that it totally lagged out. Like we can't even see what's happening, or like in my computer it took like more than 10 minutes to load the entire project.
What?
Yeah, like mine is actually an old computer where like it's 2015 model or something Mac, but it works fine. But it took like 10 minutes, like literally 10 minutes to like load this entire scene when it like all the animations were like playing. So we just like I just deleted all the animations and like kept the needed animation, and I just paused everything and I'm just controlling everything on the code. Those two.
Wow, that's not easy, man. I think
Yeah, like
I'll go crazy if
yeah, like I was planning to do wait 1 second. I was planning to do everything on the code like to avoid patch, but it was like for some aspects we need to do the patch. What I
yeah.
was planning was like do the same what conditions. Instead of that, I just expose. So what I was planning actually was like to just drag them everything inside, and then based on the thing we can just change it. But it is more easy when we have like the playbacks controller and stuff. So like this is mostly like what happens like for dice and everything. Like this is what happens. So so this is what you are going to see now. Like just see about how to use code for fun stuff. Like I just close this project. I'll just play this and I'll just show what it is happening. So it's basically the audio. I was doing this for fun aspect, for like experimental stuff where like using math to like simply align them. Like basically I can just now what I can do is like I can just take these shapes, I can just duplicate it. If I just reduce the size.
This is your audio reactive shoot project, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just reduce it. Like I just made it so simple. I'm just this is going to be my next tutorial mostly. I just go like I just added it. It's over here. So I just on it. It automatically like assigns everything based on the code. Like we don't need anything like do anything. Like if I just duplicate it, I just refresh it. It just automatically like I just change the size of it. Like if you duplicate some objects with something, it automatically doubles the size of the current object. That's actually like the one thing I'm just I can't bear, because like most of the times I have to like manually go and do this stuff. As you can see, like we can just keep on adding, keep on duplicating it or removing it. It'll always be like perfectly aligned. It's easy to do these stuff on code, because like on patches we can't like loop the elements. Like if you want to add something, we can't loop it again and again. Whereas in the patch, I just use the for loop. Yeah. So here I think yeah, this is what I'm doing actually. Like I'm just adding on the X thing, like I'm just getting the scale of the object, and I'm just making it into like half of the scale, and I'm just actually like arranging it based on that. Just using a for loop, and it's so easy that it doesn't matter how much things you have. Like we can easily use the find by path using this. It's made it easy. Spark made it easy for us to access like millions of what instances in a while easy way, right?
Yep, I agree. This is why everybody should learn how to code.
Oh yeah, like it's easy for us to like do like I can just keep on duplicating it, and it will keep on like if I refresh it, it will automatically keep on adding it to the file. If
Mm.
I want, I can just delete these stuff. It automatically like set everything properly, because what we are doing is basically we are using like we are getting the size of this first object, and then we are like moving the spaces based on it, like keep on adding it back to the iterating it so that it's always in a perfect space. If I just play it,
Cool.
I think this project is actually live.
What's the
And just
music?
one more thing
Why
I
can't
love
we
is
hear
this
the
is
music?
like I'm just passing the values of this the first one to the next as it like as the new values comes.
Ah, okay. So it's a delay.
It's
Okay.
important on
Mm.
code, right? Like if you see like whatever this is like the next value is going to be that. I just increase the sound so you can just see that.
Do you share this in the group? I didn't see it.
And like if you see the values like mostly whatever is on the first block is going to be the next value for this. Like we are just passing the values like to the next one and until it reaches the last one. So it's easy for us to do these stuff. And it is so easy that we can just get the array size and then we can just add the value next to it. We can use dynamic arrays to do this, but on patches it's like it's not good. We can't even do this because like we can't save the values. That's the issue. Like you see most of the things what I did on the patches, just playing the value, playing the music, and I'm just passing the values to the code. I wish this is there on patch, so like on the
Ah.
code direct of sending like 8 to 9 different things, right?
Mm.
These are just simple things like what's happening for instruction and stuff. For panning, we can even pan this, make it smaller. So like we are just sending it on the values and we are like accessing it on the code. So it's easy for us to like use these stuff like with the new API. What we can do is like we can just get it as an array and does do all the array based work. Like I'm just literally using like for loops for most of arranging stuff and like rearranging the places, and I'm just passing the values over here.
Nice.
Actually, without loops, it's going to be different. With my coding, like mostly I do most of the stuff with loops, like the for loop, or mostly I use for a lot. Like either it is like reducing the size of thing or like use more, but I tend to use for a lot.
Yeah, same here. I think that's the probably the best loop.
Yeah, like I never use like no like more than a year I never used while or do while or anything like now only I started using like I use if switch and for mostly like just started like doing math based stuff inside Spark because I'm totally bad at math. Just started math because of coding. It's like it's so easy to like use simple math logics to like do these. If you've seen that Lazarus, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but his most of his like coding stuff he like on one of his videos with Matt. He actually did it with based on the coding he shaped stuff.
Yeah, I remember the episode. Yes, really
Yeah,
good.
like
And
because of that only like I got the idea of like arranging them. This is like what yeah, this is literally like 5 lines to 6 lines of code, which does most of the work for me. Like I can just as I showed, like I can just duplicate the project, like duplicate the last num value. I can just reduce the size. It's again it's going to be like twice. If I just why is it, and I just refresh it, it automatically like goes back. It's so easy for us to like no need to worry about manually pulling it back, or like what happens mostly if you're tracking on something, if you're pulling it back or front, it will just mess up with the rotations.
Yep. Maybe you should do a tutorial on this, upload on your YouTube video.
Yeah, I might do this. Like actually, I think I have this on my page. I think I'm not sure. Like maybe I might not activated it, but I'll just maybe upload it mostly.
Yeah, you should, so everyone watching now can go and try it.
Yeah, like it's kind of easy in code to like just it's basically I had this idea of like passing the values one after one because it's going to be easy for us. Like it doesn't work. Not only it will not work with this. One second, I'm just. So if I just reshare or what, use the same name like shape, and then if I just use the bone name inside, I can just use the same exact like the ordering everything to any shape. Like I can just use a cylinder, replace it with a cylinder, or like I can just use boned elements. Actually, did one thing where like I was planning to do with that shape. There's so many things I like. It's so many things are there. Yeah, like one of the recent projects with the audio one. With the helmet one, you're like whatever is on the profile, you might have like see 1 second. I'll just show it on the.
Alright, no worries.
The room is so messy actually. Yeah. So if you can see in this project, basically like I was trying to do similar one where like I was just planning to do this for like multiple things. It's actually bone-based animation. So what I was planning was like what, one after one. Like I was planning to layer it till the and like starting from here to 3 to 4 layers. Was planning to loop it, but the size is like bones. Sometimes it's like messes up with stuff. I'm not good at 3D modeling, so I don't know to do it properly. So I just ended up with this simple factor where like I was just planning to do with something like this, where it was actually planning to do with these things. With I was planning to combine these both. So I ended up with this thing because I like it's kind of the robotic field, right?
Yeah, I actually like this version more. Yeah, I think you did really well for the 3D model. Now you can't say that you're not good in 3D model anymore.
Like I just started this 3D modeling in this quarantine. Like it's been 2 months or so. I just started 3D modeling with this character, which I like the most. I was planning this for like crawling around the face. But the model totally messed up with the animation and stuff. So maybe I might do something with the crawling. Yeah.
So that's your next project, I guess.
Yeah, like mostly that is going to be my next project.
Cool. Can't wait for it.
Yeah, like with the code we can easily like coding on Spark is actually like quite easy. Like I started about I just started learning like ES6 and those stuff. Uh, those who doesn't know, ES6 actually like kind of the next version of updated JavaScript or something. So it has so many functions like map, filter, which is more easy for people who works with objects or arrays and stuff. So I just started with that, and like I was so like how to put it, like was so lazy that I want to like go open a new script, like create it and use a console. Instead of that, I was using the like this console over here. It's actually this does a good job. Like I just show some simple works. As this is like most of the it actually it's kind of a browser totally. Like this supports most of the latest coding stuff. For example, I can just delete it. I'm just lazy that I don't even use like capital letter G or all. Like I just tend to use small letters for everything. So I'll just show you like how to use like simple far stuff to like easily reduce time on like buttons and stuff. For example, the only thing I feel like lazy is that like whenever you are using like any modules like tab or like the touch module or like face module, we need to manually go and like assign it. We are only going to use tab. We are only going to use pan and stuff, right? Like for face gestures and stuff, like mostly I'm not sure face gesture does that, but for native UI or this thing, like we need to manually go and do those things.
Well, you can just create a tag patch in the patch editor. That will just
Yeah, it works. So like I just create some simple things like I'm just duplicating. I'm just showing you how to like use people like how to use like multiple things without like manually going and selecting these things. I'm just going to copy this. So what we can do is easily like we can just put it. This like prompt reject thing is like always keeps on messing with me. Like if you're using promise in VS Code, just so one more issue with promise I feel is like we don't know like if there is any issue or like what error is there or not totally. Like I used to manually like go on each step. I used to like debug it. Used to use the log and if for each step I used to like, for example, in this case I took like you can just see there are so many logs over here.
Oh yeah,
we
yeah.
can't find any error in which place or
Yes,
what
yes.
is on there. We can't even like find anything on the.
Yeah, I do that too. Anyway, this Zoom I'm using is free, so there's a limit of 40 minutes. Yeah, just to warn you in case it suddenly just close it off.
So basically, like using these concepts, maybe I'll just cover this on like I'm planning to do a video where like it's so easy for us to like access all the elements with similar names and then like manipulate them on the code. Whereas like we need if you want to like basically if you want to create a tab function for this, you need to like create tab for each things, right?
Yes.
Because whereas in this, it's so simple that we can just use a for loop and we can just create a we can just put the tab under this for loop and for each name we can just replace it like 1 2 3 or so and it will all automatically do the same job for us. Like if I tap on one, the first material should pop. So it's easily like we can just use arrays mostly. Like I love arrays totally. Like we can put all the values on the array and then we can like easily manipulate them with the arrays.
Yes, you're right.
So mostly like I'll be like mostly doing this project on the my YouTube channel. It's called RB Kavin Studio. You know, okay, but I just mostly try to explain off the coding stuff in this because I feel like if everyone knows to code, we can just make different kind of like next level stuff because with code we can like manipulate them easily than on patch editor. We can loop them, we can loop the values and stuff, right?
Yes, I agree. So those that are watching, you want to know more, you should definitely subscribe to Kevin's channel. RB Kevin, I think, right? On YouTube.
RB Kavin Studio.
Oh, RB Kevin Studio. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I will find the link and I will share it on the same live video post later on. So no worries. And you should definitely follow Kevin on his IG account, which you can also see on the bottom right hand corner. RB Kevin on Instagram. Yeah, so I guess we can wrap it up. So thanks so much, man, bro, Kevin, for joining us and teaching us so many things.
Yeah.
Oh, it's dark over there.
I think like no, the power is off.
Oh,
Like I'm just my monitor is damaged, so I'm just using my TV as my monitor.
wow.
Yeah, I think you can't see anything. It's like difficult.
Well, I can see the outline, some shade of you.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we can. Yeah. So take care and stay safe, man. I hope we can meet again soon with another hackathon. Although that
Yeah.
might, yeah, man. India was fun. All right. So I guess bye. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye bye. Okay, so that concludes what I have today. So I'm not sure whether I'll have it next week. So just keep a lookout on Spark Out group and I will post it if I have it. So thanks everyone for watching and I guess goodbye and take care.